Welcome to story time. This is a little bit different than what you're used to. I'm going for a ride and I'm gonna tell you a story. I'm just at Mt.Fromme right now and I'm gonna ride Espresso. And the story I'm gonna tell you guys is how I traveled to 45 countries in 8 months. It was a crazy trip, one of a lifetime. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about it. There's a lot of people here today and I'm just talking to my GoPro. There is some snow here at the top, but I don't think it'll last for too long. All right, let's drop in. So it's 2016, and oh my God, my brakes. It's 2016, and I was working at a startup, and it was basically your 9 to 5, and I got bored of it, quit. And there was only one thing I wanted to do, and that was travel and film. I went to Bali for 2 months just on my own expenses, a little break. And it was my first solo trip, and I learned how insanely fun travel is and how many new experiences I was experiencing. I got back, all I wanted to do was travel more. And that's when I found out about this contest called Global Degree. Basically, 2 friends were traveling all of Central and South America for the first year. The second year, they traveled to every country in Asia, and now they're traveling to every country in Europe, and they're holding a contest for somebody to come with them. I got super excited about this. I put together a video. It was a parody of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Now, this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down.
The intro song. Matt and Jason are actually in that. Oh, I gotta catch my breath. With hundreds of applicants submitted, I entered my video and crossed my fingers. And gotta concentrate. To my surprise, I won. And Espresso Smooth is right here. Oh, okay. And I won. I was very happy, but I realized that we were gonna leave in 2 weeks. I had 2 weeks to pack my bags, figure my stuff out. I only brought 1 backpack, actually 2 backpacks. One was just filled with camera gear, the other with all my necessities. And I was off, and there were so many questions. I was a little nervous, my mom was nervous. And oh, another feature coming up. Oh, let's go. Whew. All right, I was nervous. There's so many things that I'm gonna pull off to the side here. There's so many things that could happen when you're traveling for that long. You could be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Poor planning, theft. What happens if all my stuff's gonna get stolen? So many questions that so many people bring up when it comes to traveling for a long period of time and backpacking, you know. It's scary, it's dangerous. But with an open mind, I went on the trip. We started in Iceland, and after that went to 45 more countries in 8 months. Was it dangerous? Was it all these things I had concerns about? No. There's locals at hostels usually that are willing to take you around, and you can figure out their story, and just meeting locals is such an important part of traveling. On average, we stayed about a week in each country. Some countries we did 2 days, other countries we did a full month, like Turkey. People always ask me, what's my favorite country? And that's a really hard question to answer. But for landscapes and natural beauty, I love Switzerland. It reminds me of home with the mountains. We did this thing called Via Ferrata, where you're on the edge of a cliff. It's a mix of hiking and rock climbing. I didn't even know this existed, but basically there's like this sheer cliff There's rebar sticking out like ladders all along the cliff, and you go and you scale this cliff and you're hooked up to a cable so you don't have to worry about falling. And Cappadocia, Turkey. Cappadocia is where they have hot air balloons every morning. There's like 50 or 100 hot air balloons in the sky. The trip was filled with things I didn't know that was on my bucket list until I did it. Some countries that took me to surprise were Ukraine, Malta, Kosovo. Malta is in between Europe and Africa, and it has the bluest water I have ever seen. I actually got to stand on a cliff there called Azur's Window, and 6 months after, that cliff had collapsed. A lot of the stuff we didn't know that was gonna happen until we arrived to the country. We'd show up to a hostel, we'd ask them what to do, and in this case, we showed up to one of Mike's friend's house who put us up for the time. And as soon as we got there, he's like, guys, I'm thinking about getting my skydive license. There's a nice window opening up. Do you guys wanna go get it? And we ended up going skydiving for the next 3 days and getting our skydive license. I never skydived before, and our first jump and all the jumps were solo jumps. You have instructors flying in the air beside you. All right, let's continue riding. You're probably thinking, well, I don't have money to do all this traveling. How do you do it? If you have a creative skill, you can travel and do that creative skill. Or now, a lot of jobs are transitioning to remote work. Now you can do remote work while you're traveling, and it's not actually as expensive as you think it is, especially if you know what countries to pick. For example, Albania, there's a place called Saranda. It's basically a cheaper Greece. It's beautiful, beautiful beaches. And as for getting stolen at hostels, you know, a lot of Americans have this negative thoughts about hostels being dirty and a lot of theft and all of that, when in reality, they're fun and safe places. I love them. We were traveling with thousands of dollars worth of gear, and we didn't have a single thing happen, not a single theft between the three of us and our friends that met up with us along the way. For our case, we were filming a documentary series, a backpacking series for YouTube. Whoa! Oh, I usually got that, but didn't see it coming. Oh, fast part. Oh, let's just ride for a bit. Oh, this part of the trail is running so good. All right. Maybe I'll pull over again. If you're wondering how we made this happen, we were shooting a backpacking series where we got sponsors to cover most of our expenses on the trip. We had Flight Center, which covered our flights, Hostel World, which covered most of our hostels. And while we were there, we were showing off the hostels, showing this way of traveling, what you can do as a backpacker, and how friendly and cheap backpacking could actually be. Thing is, with countries being dangerous, you know, we went to a lot of countries that like Eastern Europe, where a lot of people, and ourselves including, don't know a lot of information about. And going to these places, there's two ways to go about it. You can be hesitant, thinking that something might happen, something might get stolen, you might get scammed, which could be the case. Or you can go in with open arms and just an open mind. You receive that back and things just end up going your way. I mean, it's hard to explain that we went to 45 countries, 8 months, and not a single negative thing happened to us. People are friendly everywhere you go. I truly believe that. Hello, doggy. All right, let's get it going. All right, I never know what line to take here. This is not it. So that's it. I hope you know a little bit more about me now and are inspired to travel the world really is a friendly place. And once it's safe to travel again, I highly recommend you go and explore the world. That's it for story time. If you like this, let us know. Drop a comment on what stories you think you would want us to tell. Also, if you have any questions about traveling, DM me at Andrew C. Santos on my Instagram, and I will happily reply to all your questions. And that is Espresso from Mt.Fromme, riding real well right now. Thanks for riding with me, guys.